Hello, hello. I started a different live and then I got all flustered. So now I'm starting over. I'm doing a redo. But anyways, happy Monday. If you're in this group, thank you so much for joining us. It's Columbus Day, so I figured a lot of you probably have the day off and maybe people will jump on here and join me. I don't know. But whatever the case, you can always come back later and watch this. I wanted to give you some information about this group, about why we are incorporating Plexus and intermittent fasting and kind of what you can expect. I just did a post not too long ago that just gives you like really preliminary information. And throughout this week, information is going to be rolling out day by day. We want you to not be overwhelmed, but we also want you to get the information you need to prep this week for next week. So you kind of have an idea going into next Monday, like what your plan is, what you're going to do. Intermittent fasting is not hard from a planning sense. It's just getting your mind there and going, okay, so this is what I'm going to do, and these are kind of the parameters I need to fit into and incorporating it that way. So throughout this week, you will see information every day roll out something new, and we don't want it to be overwhelming or stressful or anything. You don't have to be here at a certain time every single day for anything. It's not like that. It's information that you can come back and review at your own leisure. Hi, Michelle. Hi, May. How are ya? So anyways, first off, a lot of people are like, okay, so why are we doing Plexus and intermittent fasting? I think a lot of times it gets lost on them that Plexus is not a weight loss company. Plexus is a gut health, a health and wellness company. However, because of the way our products work through body balancing and body healing, getting the body to work the way that it is supposed to work, a lot of people end up having weight loss and developing healthier habits, because when your body is functioning optimally, you tend to make better choices. Your metabolism functions better, your digestive system works better, and therefore you are naturally more predisposed to losing weight. Okay, so that's something you need to understand. But the other thing is, a lot of people, when they start something for weight management, they wanted it yesterday. They wanted it to happen yesterday. We are all very impatient when it comes to weight loss and weight management. But I tell you what, if you're going about it the right way and you're getting your body healed and healthy, healing your body internally is not something that happens overnight. For a lot of people, it doesn't even happen in 30, 60, or 90 days. You know, some people who need a lot of healing and have, put their body through heck and back, or just naturally predisposed to some issues. If you have a lot of autoimmune stuff going on, if you've had gut issues for years, if you have a lot of stuff going on in you, you have to understand that that takes time, and that healing your body and getting it functioning properly is a process. We all want a quick fix, you guys, but quick fixes, A, do not last, B, are not going to necessarily make you any healthier or better or make you feel better. And so once we can kind of drill that into our heads, we start to understand Plexus a little bit better and the way that it works. I'm here 5 years later because I was patient with my success with Plexus. I was also realistic and said, this is not something you do instead of trying to be healthy. This is a tool that you use to help you achieve that. And so it was slow and steady and gradual. But like I said, I wouldn't be here 5 years later doing this for you and talking to you about this if I didn't believe in these products, they didn't work. I wouldn't be here anymore. So anyways, so the first reason why Plexus and intermittent fasting work so well together is, like I just said, people wanted it yesterday when it comes to weight management results, if that's the biggest reason that they started. So if you are someone who just plans on like, okay, well, I really want weight management, but I'm just going to take my Plexus products and I am going to not really drink my water, not really going to eat that healthy either, or try, or surround myself with healthier choices. I'm just going to try to let these products do everything when I'm sit on the couch and take them and see what happens. That's probably not the best way or best mindset to go into something like this. So by incorporating intermittent fasting with Plexus, if you're somebody who tends to get discouraged, if you're like a scale watcher, which I'm going to tell you, get rid of your scale, or at least don't get on it all the time, because that is not an accurate gauge of health. It's not an accurate gauge of what's going on inside of your body. Get rid of it. But if you're somebody who's easily discouraged because you don't see the little needle going this way constantly and going down, then you are somebody who's going to really benefit from this, because it's going to be encouraging to see some of those changes happen a little bit sooner. Okay? So that's reason number one. If you're someone who just gives up because things don't happen at lightning speed for you, that's not a healthy way to think about your body and health, by the way, then intermittent fasting is going to give you another layer, another tool to help you start working at that and chipping away at it a little bit faster, okay? The second reason that Plexus is great with intermittent fasting is because of the way it works with balancing your blood sugars. If you're taking the triplex, killing candida yeast, which is something that really messes with you when it comes to craving and appetite. Your blood sugars have everything to do with cravings and appetite, as it has a direct impact on your hormones, even your hunger impulse hormone called leptin, but I won't get into all of that. I'm the dork on the team that likes to tell you all the nerdy sciencey stuff, so I'll try to chill out on it today for you. It's heavy for a Monday. But anyways, so you're getting your body working right, and it makes the struggle, because with intermittent fasting, you're eating during a specific time of day. Like you have a window when you're eating. And so if you're someone who really struggles with hunger and cravings, Plexus is going to help facilitate intermittent fasting and help you get through it with grace, and help you have a little bit more control over your impulses if intermittent fasting and what you end up doing with that is different from your normal schedule. So that's another thing, the well-being, the sense of well-being that you feel, your mood, keeping that under control, because you can, at first when you're doing intermittent fasting, you can be a little bit hangry. So Plexus will help you keep that in check too. So hunger control, craving control, mood, sleep, your digestive system, getting that working properly. And so Plexus is great for that. Also helps to remove inflammation and toxins from the body. So that's always a good thing. So that's the second reason why Plexus works really well with intermittent fasting. And the third thing is that both are healthy and sustainable tools that you can use to help you with your health and your weight management goals. And not everybody does Plexus or intermittent fasting or a combination of both for weight management. There are a lot of health benefits to both that have nothing to do with weight management. Like I said, getting your body working right is so very important to everybody. Balanced blood sugars are important for everybody. Gut health and digestive health is important for everybody. Toxin removal and reduced inflammation, all of those things, super important for everyone. And Plexus and intermittent fasting help with both, or all of those things, not both, all of those things and more. But wait, there's more. So I just wanted to go over that. That's why that these two things are ideal. When you start Plexus, we're not necessarily saying like, stop this, don't eat that, don't drink that. We don't have like a diet plan, because if you're taking your products consistently and you're doing the things you're supposed to do, and your mindset is there that you want to be healthier and you really want this to work for you, then it's going to. But some people need extra direction and support and help, and this is just one way that we're going to do that. Intermittent fasting, like I said, is sustainable even during the holiday seasons, because you're not necessarily being told you just have to eat leaves of lettuce all day. Hey, Becca, how's it going? We're not telling you have to just eat leaves of lettuce all day and count your calories and all of that stuff. That's not what this is about. This is about eating during a specific window of time and then allowing your body to use that energy store for a longer period of time. And then subsequently you're going to, start burning more fat and stuff like that. So this is not restrictive. It's not meant to be restrictive. It's meant to get you thinking and feeling healthier and get your body working right. So just a few things. If you are somebody who is a type 2 diabetic and you are in this group, please consult with a physician. This is actually very beneficial for people who are type 2 diabetics, but if you're on any type of insulin or medication, you might want to speak with your doctor and just see if there's some way you need to work in your meds or something that you need to do or avoid when you're doing a plan like this. If you're somebody who struggles with eating disorders or anything like that, this is probably not for you. It's probably not the healthiest thing for you. So just keep that in mind. If you're on a lot of prescription medicines that are very specific to time of day and, if you take it with food, etc., again, get some guidance from your physician. Tell them that this is something that you are wanting to do and see if they have any guidance for you as far as like if this is going to be healthy and safe for you. And if you need to change up how you're taking your meds and stuff like that. Okay, so what is intermittent fasting? Simply put, it's cycling between periods of fasting, not eating, and eating, okay? And then it helps you to more efficiently use the food that you're taking in and the nutrients you're taking in as energy throughout the day. And then you're also going to start to get into your fat storage, which is also a source of energy. You're going to go through your glycogen first, and then you're going to start like burning into your fat storage for energy until you are ready to eat again. And so it's really important to know that when you eat, your body takes it in as energy in two ways. It makes glycogen, which has limited storage, and that's what we go through first. And then it also deposits as fat, which is another energy source that our body has. That does not have limited storage. Fat does not have limited storage. And it's also the second energy source that we start to burn through once our glycogen stores are depleted. And so if you think about that, it makes total sense. So like all the excess glucose and carbohydrates that you don't use in the glycogen process or can't be stored as glycogen because it's limited storage space, get deposited as fat, and then that is another energy source for us. So think about that. So your body exists in two states, fed and unfed. And the more you're feeding your body all the time, the more you're spiking your blood sugars, the more, the less time your body is actually getting to use that stuff as energy. So if you're eating from the time you wake up till the time you go to bed, like maybe you're a breakfast and then snack and then lunch and then snack and then dinner and then dessert or a before bed thing, you're having a bedtime snack or whatever. If you're doing that, you're eating all day and you're spiking your blood sugars and you're not actually allowing your body the time to feed off of the energy stores or the energy that you're putting in your body through food. It's just like you're just constantly doing that. And then you go to sleep where your body isn't really burning very much when you sleep, or not as much anyways. You're not as active. And so you've taken in all this food, and then the one time where you stop eating, you're sleeping. You think about that. So intermittent fasting is saying we're going to hold off a little bit longer the following day, and we're going to wait to eat and give our body a chance to burn through that energy store from the day before a little bit more. It's going to help deplete your glycogen, and then it's actually going to start burning into your fat storage as well. So hopefully that makes sense. Some benefits of intermittent fasting besides weight management, reversal of type 2 diabetes or help with type 2 diabetes if you're somebody who struggles with that, or just blood sugar abnormalities, insulin resistance, fat burning, which is kind of related to weight management, healthier cholesterol, longer life, saves you time and money. It's one less meal you're eating a day probably, maybe less snacking too for you. And so you don't have to prepare that meal or that snack, and you don't have to spend money on that meal and that snack. So that's a good thing. It also helps with something called autophagy, and autophagy is getting rid of old junky cells in your body that are just kind of wreaking havoc and replacing them with new healthier ones. And the longer you do this for, the healthier your cells will become, because if your cells are like bathed in junk and toxic buildup in your body, the next set are going to be healthier if you start this, but it's going to take a few cycles, like a few 90-day cycles for you to actually have really healthy cells, start feeling better, all of that good stuff. So hopefully this all makes sense. What you're going to end up doing is you're going to end up picking an eating window. We're going to talk about that later this week. You might be someone who wants to ease into it. You might be someone who's like, okay, I'm a snacker, so I'm just going to try to eliminate my snacks first. That's okay. You can ease into it. You can do that. There's different eating windows. Like some people do a 14-10, 14 hours of not eating, and then they have a 10-hour window where they eat, where they probably have a meal, maybe a small snack, and then a nighttime meal, their supper or whatever, and then they're done. Most people choose to skip breakfast. If that's a no-go for you for a lot of different reasons, then you might end up being the person who has to skip your evening meal or whatever works for you in your schedule. Some people work overnights. Some people have all sorts of different things, and you're going to have to just figure out what works best for you. So I think that's basically all you really need to know, is that we're going to have you pick a window. There's a 14-10. A really popular one is a 16-8, 16 hours of no eating, 8 hours of eating. And then I'm actually doing a 16-8, and I'm working towards an 18-6, which means I go 18 hours without eating. And then I eat for 6 hours. I have a window of 6 hours. For me, that would probably be between 12 and 6 p.m. because my family's usually done eating by 6, except my kids have to have their bedtime snack. But I'm not so much on that train. But anyways, that's the main gist. I think that's it. We'll be giving you ideas for a healthy grocery list. We'll be giving you ideas for what kind of window you can start with, or if, like I said, if you're someone who wants to ease into it, you can do it that way too. But this is awesome because, like, you know, you're going to have your holiday meals and things, and nobody expects you to skip your holiday meal. But if you are doing intermittent fasting, your body's going to more efficiently use that holiday meal, and you can actually keep working towards your goals instead of having that mindset of, well, now it's October, November, December, and we have all these family things, and I just can't be healthier, and I just can't work towards my goals right now. I have to wait. I have to put it off till January, like everybody says. They're going to start new, and it doesn't have to be that way. You can actually be healthier, like even during some of the busiest times with all the good food around, as long as you're being smart about it and really using what you're taking in as energy instead of just constantly putting energy in all the time. You're using what you are taking in for longer periods of time. So anyways, I'm done. I don't want to keep you here all day, but I just wanted to show you my face, like who I am if you don't know me, because I'll be rolling out a lot of this information. My sister Nicole will probably be helping me too, and I'm sure there are other lovely people that will be helping contribute some things. We want you to be successful with our products, but again, I think the mentality, the overarching mentality, especially for women, but everyone, I think, is that we want a quick fix and we want something to work miracles. But what we aren't realizing is all the damage we have done to our bodies over time, and that Plexus is actually a tool to help you undo the damage. And that doesn't happen at the same amount of time for everybody. It doesn't happen in the same ways for everybody. And so once you can kind of let go of the scale and quit looking at it all the time, it doesn't mean anything. And start actually adapting strategies that help you meet your goals and get the benefits of Plexus helping you to feel better and healing your body and getting it working efficiently over time. You got it. You're going to start feeling amazing. So have a good rest of your week. Be on the lookout for more posts from us, and hopefully this was helpful.